forgiveness. I wanna give you my heart. When I look at you, baby, I get overjoyed. I feel it inside me. Finally, I'm happy to be. 'Cause I got love with you, baby. I figured out why I'm smiling. Nothing can stop me. Finally, I'm happy to be. Baby, I could cry. Can I fall in your arms and just fly? When I look at you, baby, I get overjoyed. I feel it inside me. Finally, I'm happy to be. 'Cause I got love with you, baby. I figured out why I'm smiling. Nothing can stop me. Finally, I'm happy to be. 'Cause I got love. I got love. Yeah, got love. Love.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out, bring 'em out. It's hard to yell when the in your mouth. Come on. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Yeah. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out. Hey. Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
VIP coming live from the VIP. Heard the nightlife, lost life without me. As soon as he got free, the king back now. Don't even know how to act now. Hit the club, get before I sat down. Still ballin', money stacked tall in the shack now. Still push a button to let the roof on the lag down. I'm on the road doing shows, put my Mac down. Mississippi to Philly, Albuquerque to Chat Town. I got the crowd yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, all my hot girls yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, all the dope boys yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, front to back, they yelling.
Bring 'em out, bring 'em out.
Hey, get with other southern rapper hooded than this. I got rich and I'm still in a hooligan clique. You be rapping by, I'm moving the bricks. You talk about, now we're doing it, bricks. So I'ma keep a cool head, stay out of the news headlines, and show these other rappers it's bedtime. It's clear to see that I'm ahead of my time. I caught me chromed out.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Today it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. In the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on. Set, 79, 19, Tiger, 19.
Here's Milton now to throw. Oh, and that is incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Milton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice short tackle.
And getting this just shy of midfield, is spotted at the 49. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Cowboy.
To throw, it's Milton. And this pass broken up. And the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Bronco 80. Let's go.
Milton. He'll try to do it himself. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 4th down, no problem. 19 yards that time, but now it's 1st and 10.
19, 18.
Throwing is Milton. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that is caught. But the back judge right there to say incomplete. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They come into this one ranked number 17, so just starting the bottom half of the league against the pass.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against the people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Milton. Got a man. That's Leggett. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Going to the air on the opening drive. Hands it off out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
70, 18 Cardinal, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
To throw is Milton. He'll try to do it himself. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Milton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. touchdown. This is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Check, Bobcat. Here we go, set, ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
60
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
19.
He'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. The Bucs had 2-1 now to start the campaign. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Here we go. 60, go.
Up the middle they go. Beverly. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now they'll change things around before the snap.
Hey, smash Bronco. Ready.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Ready.
On first down, Beverly. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Beverly. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
On the jump.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
On the ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Oh, he's got Ibuka. That's complete. And the Bucs are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Here's a give up the middle. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2.
Ties the game at 7. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Ready? Rambo 80. Mustang 19.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A gain there of 21 yards.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing. And they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead. Fitzgerald now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Panthers 14, Buccaneers 7.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Come on. Set. 19.
On play action, they'll throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
60 Bison.
Back to throw here. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds back near their own 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. For this offense, looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play, because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
19, 18. 19 tight, 19 tight.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. That is caught. He's going to have the first down and then some. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Back to throw. Milton. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good. A completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
11, 10-11. Ready? 70 Lions. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Milton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal.
Ready?
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on 1st and goal.
Panther 60. Panther, hurt. Ready,
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now from back at the 5, this is 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Milton. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown, Panthers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Panthers go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Fitzgerald to
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. But Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Second and 10.
Let's go. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now back to throw. Open man is Ibuka. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket, he tucks it and goes down. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Tommy Townsend now, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line.
Ready?
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. And incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Here's second and 10.
Here we go, here we go. Viking, 18. 18, Rattler, 18.
Looking to throw. Milton. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. On fourth down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Bucs take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
So wait it down. Get your money up. I put money down. On all of us. On my people now. On what I love. Ooh, baby, it's dangerous. Your problems are just not the same to us. We're dealing with dangerous.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Back to throw. To the right side, catch made by Ibuka. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
So this a 2-possession ball game as we get back underway, set for the third quarter. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
On first down, Beverly. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Here we go, stack. 70 Lions. Ready.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A gain of 8 and a first down. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. I mean, just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Rockwell 80. Ready.
They'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Come on.
They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Buccaneers first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
60 Eagles. Go.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
70 Lions.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Check smash.
They'll one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Okay,
so the
ready?
failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
65, 19, target, 19.
They'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
After the made field goal, here's McLaughlin back out there to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Ready? 18 Cardinal, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Ready?
Here's Milton now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Brings up 2nd and 9. 29-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now Milton. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll just get rid of it.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the 3rd quarter from Tampa. To throw, it's Milton. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. 53 yards. And the Panthers are able to add on to that lead.
Ryan Fitzgerald.
The partner, he has carried them in this ball game, throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. They'll look to throw now on first down. On the move past the 40. And down right around the 37. Second down and a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They're going to look to throw. Looking middle, and he's got a Ibuka. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 24-yard line. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready, set.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Cougar.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Buccaneers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready. Panther 60. Panther 60.
Throwing is Milton. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
19 Tiger. Buffalo 18.
Here's Milton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer, but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now a handoff up the middle. Beverly. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 80 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Cardinal.
Right back to him on 1st down. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up
2nd and 3. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
That's another Buccaneers first down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st down, Beverly. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
Down at the 26. A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Cougar 19, trap 50, trap 50.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
60 Eagles. Ready.
Back to throw here. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, time, certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance at victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defense's side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And that's just an ideal run to start this drive because they're in full ball control mode now. So if you keep ripping off 7, 8, 9 yards of carry, you're going to have a great chance of finishing off this game.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And down he'll go at the 25. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Ready? Coconut.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run.
Down. Liking 18.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Carolina. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolves.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Finding space at the 40. And he'll finally be taken down just shy of midfield. There's still hope, but it's dwindling fast. No timeouts left. They need 2 scores still. 1st and 10 here. He'll drop to throw. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. Now 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Ready.
Irving. Touchdown. Buccaneers. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done when they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone? And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
So certainly some importance to this one now. After the touchdown, they could get this down to a field goal with a 2-point conversion. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And we'll work down inside the 45.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Buccaneers 44-yard line.
Second and 6.
Let's go.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. And they'll go again with Etienne. And he will have a Panther first down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for Carolina, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles.
On some chill, we go 0 to 100 real quick. They be on that rap to pay the bills, and I don't feel it, not even a little bit. Oh Lord, know yourself, know your worth. My actions being louder than my words. How you sold, but still sold down to earth. Wanna do it, we can do it on the turf. Oh Lord, I'm the rookie and the vet. Shout out to the I ain't holding down the set. All up in my phone looking at pictures from the other night. She gon' be upset if she keep scrolling to the left, dog. She gon' see some that she don't wanna see. She ain't ready for it. If I ain't the greatest, then I'm headed for it. Yeah, that mean I'm way up. Yeah, the 6 ain't friendly, but that's where I lay up. Lay up. I been Steph Curry with the shot. Been cooking with the sauce. Chef Curry with the boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey, who the is, boy? OVO, man, we really with boy. Yeah, really with the. I should probably sign a hit, boy, cause I got all the hits, boy. All that Drake, you gotta chill. I be on my little mouse drip. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills. All up on TV, I thought it made me richer. Wasn't paying me enough, I needed something quicker. So now I'm all in Nico basement, working on the phones. Either that or drive the money mark to make the pickups. Man, it's 2008, I'm trying to paint the picture. Comeback season.